Weekly update for Friday, May 3rd, and let's get back to the inking lesson on the green Dante, green Virgil cover. We're still working on the brush inking and letting you know some handy hints just on how you're supposed to think about brush inking. So we'll get to that right away. The idea behind brush inking is getting a large area of solid black you can see from a distance. The further away from the light source that your brush stroke is, the thicker the brush stroke, and consequently the more visible the brush stroke from a distance. It's how you create the three-dimensional illusion. It's flat on the paper, but because of the thickness of the line, it looks three-dimensional. With a cartoon character like Cerebus, that goes double. Thicker lines, because it's a cartoon character. Always starting with where's the light source coming from, and putting the heaviest, blackest line away from the light source. Keep it in mind and just go in as spontaneously as possible and do a nice thick line you can see from a distance, creating that three-dimensional effect. Because it's a brush, as you're making the brush stroke itself, it sharpens the brush if you're inking smoothly. Consequently, you can do much finer brush strokes when you hit the peak of that curve. Here's another example of it. The longer you ink, the less ink there is in the brush, the sharper the brush is getting, and the more you can do tiny little lines when you get to the end of the brush stroke. Okay, and I got to tell you, the editing process for a guy just with his camcorder and recording himself inking and then trying to narrate it and trying to match everything up is an absolute nightmare. So these are going to be a little shorter than you're used to, but and we're going to take a break next week for what I think is a great feel-good self-publishing story, and then we'll get back to the inking on the green Dante, green Virgil cover the week after that. So I hope we'll see a bunch of you back here for weekly update for May 10th.